right, we are here at the Torodome with our first match of the NCAA Division II Regional Quarterfinal. We have here the winning coach and the winning players from Central Washington with a final score of 74 over Point Loma 53. Coach, how do you feel about the game overall?
I'm really pleased. I feel like we had a great week of prep. We had the intent of coming down and not just being here, being satisfied with being here, but we wanted to win games down here. And so I was really pleased with how we prepped this week, our players' intensity level, their confidence, and how we came out and executed, especially in the first half.
Can you talk about how early it was to set the defensive tone very early in the game?
Yeah, I think that, we knew they have some really great players on their team, and they're a pretty high-powered offense. And watching them all week, I was really impressed with a lot of things that they did. And so we really, tried to put together the best game plan that we could. And I was pleased with how our players bought into that and trusted it and executed it, and was very pleased with that. And I think that our defensive effort allowed for us to find our rhythm offensively. And then once we kind of got rolling there, we were able to stretch the lead out there in the first half, which was great. But really, our defense set the tone.
Asher, can you just talk about how well you guys dominated defensively and offensively in the paint, in the arc, and from the three-point line?
Yeah, so I just want to say, the coaches prepared us so well for that. And just a shout out to them for prepping us, and just overall our team D, we just executed all week going up to this game. And I don't know, we just executed it. So.
All right, Sonny, was the mentality just coming out of the third quarter, just have a 0-0 just mindset, even though you guys had a 27-point lead?
Yeah, we always go into the second half thinking that it's 0-0, no matter what the score is. And yeah, we just wanted to keep pushing and keep the momentum going for us.
All right, and lastly, what can we expect from you guys going on to the second round?
Well, we're going to expect something very similar. We're hungry to be down here, and we have two great teams that are playing right now that we're going to go watch and scout and prepare ourselves the best that we can. And tomorrow, I'm not even sure what time we play, but when it's tip-off time, it's go time. And so I'm excited for this group. They've worked hard all year. I also want to say that really our league really prepared us for this moment. Our league is so tough, the GNAC. Every single night we have to show up and compete. It's physical, and it felt like that type of game. It felt like a conference game tonight, and that's what we're going to be ready to go out and do again tomorrow, what we've just been doing all year.
Alrighty, that's it for questions. Once again, we have Central Washington going on to the second round of the quarterfinals of the Western Regionals.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are here at the Torodome. Where Point Loma just finished their game against Central Washington. Final score was Central Washington 74, Point Loma 53. Coach Charity, how do you think the game went just overall?
Well, certainly not the outcome or performance that we would have hoped for. I thought Central Washington did a really good job of exposing our weaknesses and just things that we need to, get better at. But I felt like we came out and we were just a little bit, I don't know if it was nerves, I don't know if it was, we just seemed a little not ourselves. And again, credit Central, they played a heck of a game. And then I don't feel like we ever really got our flow of who we are, our pace. Defensively, we weren't just not the team that I've seen all year. I think that's what's so frustrating to me, is this team is a phenomenal team. This team has broken every record at Point Loma that we could. Most wins, won the regular season, won the tournament. And so my hope for them would have been to have a better showing here and to just do what we've been doing. And for some reason that it just didn't happen today. But it doesn't take away how proud I am of this group and these two in particular for the season that we've had and the seasons that they have had collectively.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to go into with the next question. I know despite the loss and how everything played out in this last game, what are some positives that you want to take away either from this game or how your season went in general, because you guys had a really great season, and obviously this is not the outcome you wanted, but
Yeah.
are there any positives that you can take away from this?
I mean, the positives are the whole year. You know, it started out with our trip to Costa Rica, and it just went like this. I mean, we were locked in. We had a great time. They were focused. We won, and did things that have never been done, and at Point Loma. And so we've you know, and Eiley all year has been talking about just our standard, and I feel like we lived up to our standard and set the tone of what our standard is moving forward. And, you know, our standard is we want to be back here. We want to be in this tournament every year. And now it's okay. Now that we're here, how do we prepare better? How do we perform better when we get here? And that's for all of us to just keep working on.
Okay. And then some questions for either both of you guys could ask. Just either in like the huddle or maybe halftime in the locker room, like were there any like people stepping up leadership wise, like trying to get, you know, try to figure out what was going on, how we can turn things back around, or was there any like specific moment that you thought like, you know, obviously the score isn't doing what we want, but we're gonna go out there and just kind of play our hardest? Or did anything kind of stand out to you, or did anyone like step up in that way for you guys?
I would say just collectively as a team. I think we're so adamant about reminding each other that like one play doesn't define like the whole game. So going into half, obviously we're down quite a bit. So I think our focus coming out was going to be getting stops on defense, and obviously we had struggled with that in the first half. And so I think just reminding each other that like the first half is done, but like we need to come out the second half ready to work. And I think like that game doesn't define who we are. That game doesn't define who we are as athletes, or like we said, the season that we've had this whole time. But I think just letting it not get us down, I think, is going to be the most important part coming in. I think postseason, just getting ready to be in this spot yet again next year. So, yeah.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
This is Allie McDonald, all West Region team.
Right.
We need to ask her a question.
Okay. All right,
Like,
Allie.
talk about this year. Talk about your dream of, I'll ask the question.
Yeah. No, please.
Talk about your year, this season, your experience.
Yeah, I came in, I'm a grad transfer. I was at a different school for 4 years, and I just came in and I just really wanted to make an impact here. I'm sorry. But, like, this year has just been kind of everything I've wanted out of college athletics. Like, I've really wanted to just come in and make a difference, and I just was so welcomed by coaching staff, teammates, and it was, I'm sorry, can we cut part of this?
No, no.
But I just I really enjoyed that I was part of that standard that Eiley talked about all year. Like, it was just so amazing to be part of a group that everyone was so bought in. Like, yeah, today didn't go the way we wanted it to, but everybody was on the same page all day. It was that next play mentality. It was that, what Eiley had talked about, like, yeah, halftime's over. This is a new half, and everybody just has that, and I feel like that is just so special that you don't get in college athletics very often, that we have 14 girls on the roster, and every single one of them has that same thought of next play. This is our standard. We are Point Loma now, and I'm just like, I'm so thankful that I was able to experience that with them.
Yeah, well then I'll kind of just spin off of that. How were you guys able to stay so connected? Because there's really easy for teams to just kind of disconnect and everyone to just start playing individual basketball and then things not really be smooth simultaneously. Like, was there any words that were being said, or like how did you guys really just stay as a team instead of just kind of everybody's just doing whatever they want and then not really listening to what the play is moving forward?
Well, I mean, I'll just say, I think that's been who we've been all year, and that is because of our leaders and their mentality on the floor, the voice that they have, the things that they say to each other. We talk all the time about celebrating each other, encouraging each other. I mean, what did you think?
Yeah, I would say one thing Coach AT said in the locker room was controllables, attitude, and effort. So I think coming out in the second half, that was definitely on my mind, and I think all of us as leaders, we were just trying to remind ourselves, like, just go out there and play, like, have fun, do what you can do, and let the game take you where it can. So, yeah.
Okay,
Thank
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. And